This meeting is being recorded.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining our webinars. As we discussed in many sessions, we know that we are in the era of entrepreneurs. We discussed that 90% of our community, they are either in the employee category or self-employed category, making 10% of the income, whereas 10% of our community in the other side, either a business owner or as an investor, making 90% of the income. So the objective of these sessions is to bring successful members from our community who started with their vision, with a strong determination, with a focus. They started small and they grown where helping communities, helping hundreds of members to as an employee. Like so last week, right, in the last session, we discussed with Mr. Raghu Reddy from Houston. And this week, I'm happy to introduce Parvez Jasani. Mr. Parvez is a great, not only a great entrepreneur, he's also a great philanthropist, a great community leader. He supports all the community events. Wherever there is some need, he's there to support them. And as I mentioned, CellPay is one of the top growing companies. Now it is one of the fintech companies, and it is the fifth largest company in entire US. So we'll right learn from Parvez Bhai, like how he started, how what are the qualities if you want to become an entrepreneur, what are the qualities you need to develop, what are the things which you need to which you need to inculcate so that you can become a future Parvez or future Raghuti or a future entrepreneurs. Not only making your family life better, but also helping of other families in your community better by creating something a valuable product or valuable service. So, Parvez bhai, I know you are very busy on weekends, weekdays. You took time to talk to our community, to share your story, your success story, and to share what all our community need to develop, because we all are stuck to that mindset. We got used to that working 9 to 5, getting some salary and content with that. But I know that the future is on entrepreneurs. So yeah, first of all, thanks again, and welcome to the session. To start with, Parvez.
Yeah. Thank you, Kishore bhai. Thanks for the warm introduction. I mean, I'm excited to be part of your show, and I've been admiring you also. I mean, we've been on the couple of groups. I see you, I follow you too. So I mean, you're doing also a great job, keeping this community together.
Thank you, Parvez bhai. So to start with, Parvez bhai, can you start can you introduce how it all started? Right, what were you an employee before? How it all started? And
so yes. Excuse me. So like all of us, I mean, we start with the job 9 to 5, as Kishore bhai said. So I left very early age, like maybe I was about 16 years old. That's when I left India, and we are all from middle class family where we started. I mean, if you see right now, India is doing awesome. India is the fifth largest growing economy, but it was not like this before. I mean, if India was like this before, maybe all of us would have been in India and doing good, and maybe started our startups there. But in 90s, I mean, the only dream was to come to US, But at that moment, I went to Africa, Uganda, and started from there. I mean, I worked few jobs, and I started my own supermarket. And year 2000, when I got US visa, I mean, that's what normally the Indian people's dream during those days, to come to America and establish yourself. So me and my ex-wife, we moved to, I mean, my uncle was here in a small town in Jasper, Texas. So we came to Houston, and then from Houston, I went to Jasper, Texas, and that's where I started working as a gas station clerk. As I mentioned, I left at very early age, so it's not like I have completed my college or anything. So I mean, definitely, I learned a lot of things when I was in Africa and all that. But formal education I was not complete at that time, and even still I have not yet done my formal education. Uh, and We started with the gas station. I had few gas stations, and during those days, I mean, the telecom industry was just beginning. And normally, as a man, the phones or any electronic things, when it comes, you get excited, you want to know more about it, what it happens. So those are the excitement I had. I was from coming from Africa, so I knew a little bit of those days CD players and all that. But the telecommunication industry was just coming, in 94 or 95 telephone was launched. So mobile phone, before it was a brick phone, big bricks, but in US also, in the year 2000 when I came, there was those Verizon. They used to be Singular now, which is AT&T. So those are the days, where I was in US, and the plan was like $40 for 350 minutes, and there was no unlimited talks and text and web and all that. And prepaid was just starting. There was one company called TracFone that time, and maybe one or two. When the big carrier was doing prepaid, but it was $10 for 40 minutes. So the gas station, when you work in the gas station, there's always a problem of the floor space, or the back of the counter space. What do you need to have it there? So that was a major issue in the beginning, because with AT&T you want to stock, there's a $10 card, $25 card, $75. Then you go to T-Mobile, so they don't have enough shelf space to keep all those cards. So a lot of time customer walks in, and they don't get the product available, or they have to leave, or even the stealing, employee can steal those cards. So that's when I started searching in online, that if there is something where I was not aware that there was anything available that time, but I started searching, and I found a company uh, which was in Houston actually, and it was owned by one of the Desi guy. His name was Kamran. So I contacted him and came and met him that time, and mentioned him that I had like 4 or 5 gas stations at that time, and my uncle had many. So I did discuss him that we have 50 stores and we want to put this terminal in 50 stores. And that time he was offering as a free terminals, but somehow I told him that one day I want to start like this company, so I want to buy those terminal, and I don't know how I was going to start and what I'm going to do. Maybe once we discuss more, we can discuss that. But that time I paid $10,000 to the guy who was going to give me the free terminals, but I bought those terminals from him. Still, I use his service, but I bought those terminals because I thought one day I will start that company. And that's how I deployed these 50 terminals as a distributor and started making residual income. So that's when I realized there is something called a residual income. There is always a job 9 to 5, as Kishore Bhai mentioned, but there is some earning. In US, they say that you cannot live on one paycheck or even 2 paycheck. You need to have some kind of a money. When you're sleeping, you have to make the money. And that's what happening on those terminals. So, each time somebody buying phone card, I was making 10, 20, 30 cents, whatever. So I was making 24/7 money at that time, what 2,000, 2,500. That was a good investment. It was only 10,000, and I was generating almost $2,000 a month in the beginning. And that's how I entered in the telecom industry, you can say.
Awesome, Parvez. So you touched on two important points. One is, right, the formal education is not mandatory to be successful, to become a great entrepreneur. Really, the formal education is not mandatory. Having vision, having that strong determination, and having that goals, establishing the goals. And second thing you also touched upon is that law of attraction. Somehow it will, you had a vision, you don't know how it will, but you took that risk and you paid the $10,000, and it helped you to establish a great company.
Yes.
That's a great start, Parvez bhai. So how this CellPay started, or right? What is CellPay? Can you explain more so that
Yes,
because many members, yeah.
Definitely, yeah. CellPay was founded in 2016, but in 2000 when I had these terminals, and then from 2000 to 2006 I just stayed as a distributor with. And 2006 when Hurricane Katrina and Rita came, our town was affected, and that's when I moved to the Houston. And 2006 to 2009, I had some cars in the mall, and I was still in the telecom industry. I still had those terminal, but till 2009, I was, having T-Mobile master dealership and all that. But when everything was not working, I just thought I had some terminals and it was still making money. But in 2009, I started a company called Z Prepay. One of the person who was working in the previous company, I contacted him to tell him that, he was like, we had a good relationship. So I said, I want to start over this company. Can you help me out? What we need to do. And then he connected me with one of the software provider, which used to be called SoftGate, and SoftGate got acquired by TO Network. So those TO Network got acquired by PayPal eventually. But he connected me with them, which he was using the Omni 3750 terminals. And then I connected to me one of the vendor who had API connection and all that. As I mentioned, I didn't have no knowledge of any technical knowledge. So API and all those codes, I was not aware, but definitely, the company who we use, SoftGate, they was providing all the service. All I had to do is just, program minor programming in the terminal, which was written. So it was easy. We hired a couple of people and we started as Z Prepay. And around 2010, we acquired the old company, which I told you in 2000. So we bought them out because they was going, the business was not going that well. And a friend of me who was working, he quit. So the business was falling. So we acquired them. So we had Z Prepay and then we acquired Precom. And that's how, our company started growing. And we was, in 2013 to 15, I was in the Inc. magazine rank, 300, one time 517. So, I was always ranking in Inc. magazine, higher ranks. But in 2014 or 15, PayPal acquired the TO network whole. So when the PayPal acquired, it is a good news and bad news too. So when good news, we thought, we are merging with the big company, so it's going to help us. But within a few weeks, overnight, they shut down all the B2B channels. So whatever the B2B channels was, it shut down. So that's was end of the Z Prep. We still have the Z Prepay brand and everything. But in 2010 to 2015, I developed my own small portal online. So which was online, and I was doing through online, like online portal. But terminal was my primary business in the gas station and C-store till that. But when the PayPal shut down everything, overnight we were out of luck. We had 800 terminals in nationwide. We was making $40,000-$50,000 a month profitability, and all of a sudden, you just left out with the whatever you have online access. There was nothing, no terminals and nothing. And so that's when the business always goes ups and down. there are so many things happen. So that was, you can see, one of the downfall we had that time. And during that time, CellPay was, my idea was for CellPay was to provide a cell phone store online access. So if Kishore Bhai owns a cell phone stores, so his main concern during those days was that once the customer leaves the store, how do he retain the same customer? How do he doesn't make sure that he will go to Parvez or he go to anybody else and buy the phone card or even to pay their bills? So how the customer can be retained? So CellPay we started as a Shopify, we can say, for cell phone stores. So it was a subscription-based service in the beginning, where I was giving them three options. One was a free option where they get cellpay.kishore.us, where credit card will be processed through us, everything will be processed through us, only they get a commission income. And then I was giving them $49 subscription, where we split the 50% profit of it, and we give them the access backend where when the customer walks in the Kishore Bhai store, he can add them at the automatic like ARB service, like automatic monthly recurring. So when somebody's buying a phone from you and activating a card, you can immediately add their credit card at the back end, and then every month their bill get paid. So that's how they can make money. And then we even created IVR. So when each individual store will have their own phone number. So if you call 1-800, whatever the Kishore Bhai number is, it will say, thanks for calling Kishore Wireless, press 1 for payment. It was completely automatic service we created. We had a text to pay, so we still have that text to pay service, where if one of the customer made ever payment on your website, And then after 30 days, we send them the reminder that if your payment is due, you want to pay, just reply Y, and that means yes. We use the same credit card, same method, and make payment, so they don't have to go also online to make that payment. So this is how the CellPay was founded, and we had like close to 100 and 150 dealers in the beginning. But I started my own website to just to prove the concept that people want easy way of making payments, like going to Verizon Wireless, going to T-Mobile, going to Cricket Wireless. It's not very easy to pay because they want you to log in. They want to have so many different methods, two-step verification. What we did is we call it our CellPay is like similar to Uber or DoorDash. We provide the payment on the platter. We don't have to make them so much. All you need, Kishore Bhai want to come make a payment on our website. All he needs phone number, amount, and pay. We don't even ask him to sign. So Amazon has a three-click trademark, three-click checkout trademarks. So I actually, three-click checkout trademark. So Amazon already has a trademark of that. So that's how people love shopping in Amazon because it's very easy to check out. If you go to Walmart, if you go to another website, you have to add one item. It takes for Amazon, sometimes you just buying one item, it will take you direct to checkout. So similar that method, we used it. That only 4 steps to check out: phone number, amount, payment, and after the paying the payment, Kishore Bhai can sign up for, if he want to sign up for order payment, if you want to set up the online access, he can, but we don't require that. And people started loving us and they started using our service more often. And I realized that, we started even charging just for fun $3.99 service fee per payment, just to prove the concept. And people started paying $3.99. And I was like, oh man, this is where the money is coming from. So why should I make everybody else cell phone store online? Instead of that, I should focus on my own business and I should grow that. So as like Desi people, once he finds something, he want to make sure that no competition ever comes around. And I was the one creating the competition around because I was giving everybody online to create and no one was focusing on that. So whoever was online that time, we left it as is. And rest of them, we shut down completely Shopify side of the business. And we started focusing direct to online consumer. So, D2C, which they call it direct to consumer nowadays. Those days, 2016, 17, I was not aware of. I was doing direct to consumer and all that. Currently, our website collects 130,000 payments a month, where 130,000 customer goes every month and make a payment. Then we have also our B2B channels. So in B2B channel, we have our APIs. We have a lot of bigger company uses our API at the back end to use our payment system because our payment is the fastest in the nation right now on the telecommunication. So we have a couple of even the publicly traded company uses our APIs to make those payments. So about 180,000 payments is done in our portal currently every month.
So I can understand this like, right? It is similar to a Shopify or Amazon for telecom industry.
Yes, so it's similar to Shopify experience in the beginning, but you can call it more now Amazon because we have our own we are not creating any more stores on our network. So similar to Amazon, and it is all the digital payments. We acquired a bill payment company last year. So we added 25,000 bills. So we are trying to become fintech now. So every company now we realize in 2014 why PayPal acquired that TO network because they had a billers, 25,000 biller in their network. And if you see now PayPal is offering the bill payments. So in last year we realized that we was missing that piece of a pie for the bill payment. So we acquired a company called eTime System, which offers more than PayPal. We have about 32,000 billers on our network right now.
Wow. So what are the next plans, Parvez Bhai, for CellPay? What is it you are looking for? Planning to add more services, or how you want to expand it?
Yes. So as entrepreneurs, you give away 9 to 5 job to work maybe 70, 80 hours. We never sleep. So it's not like it has to be so much passionate about you need to love your product. You need to, you drink your product, you sleep your product. It is like literally every time in your mind. So that's when success is, if I can do it, anybody can do it. It's just have to be, I mean, everybody asks me most of the time, what to be done. I say, I mean, first find what you love to do. Don't go behind the money. That if Parvez is doing this, I mean, you might be not be successful doing same thing. Maybe you might copy me, but you might come closer to me, but you might not be able to achieve the similar success like me. So you have to be so much passionate about your product. Where, so I mean, I always love, so I try to add more and more, I mean, ways where customer can be easily making payments. So like as I said, we acquired a bill payment company, so we added a bill payment. Uh, we added a crypto. So crypto is very like a not easy to like get into it. Crypto, like if underbanked people, unbanked people, I mean, only way to buy crypto is you need to have bank account, and it is has to be connected. You have to download the app, maybe if it's Coinbase, Voyager, or any another. You have to have your app. But we made it very simple. What we did is, if Kishore Bhai want to buy Bitcoin, he goes to gas station, he pays the $500. All he needs is his phone number. If he has a Coinbase wallet, if he has anyone's wallet, he just scans that in our terminal, and it can get instantly loaded on his. For example, if he doesn't even have the wallet, we send that on his phone number as a paper wallet. That's how the crypto was started. It was the paper wallet. I mean, that's the safest way to keep your digital access, because if you keep your crypto online, it is can get hacked anytime. Like a lot of companies are getting hacked, but if you keep as a paper wallet, it will never get hacked. So we use that technology and we brought it to the underbanked and unbanked population, where a lot of people doesn't have wallet, or if they want to send the money to India or even Mexico, and they want to use the crypto as a method. So all they need is a phone number, and we send them the paper wallet, and paper wallet can be converted to digital wallet whenever they want. So they can even save that money, or they can even instantly transfer money from this country to that country. So those are the products in the pipeline. I mean, we have a lot of inquiries on our crypto product. We just a soft launch right now, but yeah, so crypto can be big. Crypto we are not only selling, but we are accepting as a payment method for telecommunication. And the next week we are soft launching Klarna buy now pay later one, which is normally available on the product. Like if you want to buy TV or you want to buy furnitures, there is buy now pay later, but there is never been buy now pay later for the bill payments. So we are bringing this affordability to underbanks, where people are living paycheck to pay. Inflation is going high, so you want to pay your mortgage bill, you want to pay your light bill, and you don't have money. Now you can pay in 4 different installments your light bill, so your light will be connected instead of disconnection notice will come. So we're trying to make it very easy. So the Klarna is the next launch, where hopefully we are doing soft launch tomorrow, and then within a couple of weeks we'll go full in the Klarna too.
Cool, Parvez bhai. I know that you also support a lot of these budding entrepreneurs. If somebody has some great ideas or some new initiatives, you also, right, as a venture capitalist. Or so, are there, other than CellPay, are you focusing on any other ventures or any other ideas?
I mean, definitely, as we growing, we are, I mean, I always see a lot of people, maybe they are not fortunate enough, or they might be not uh, determined, or they need some just help, just to take point A to point B. So, I mean, we didn't have that much guidance in the beginning, but friend of me who helped me in 2009, which I always appreciate. So I want to be that friend to anybody, if anybody is looking to launch a company, anybody. I mean, there was one cool idea called Gurukul in India. They started an education app, which they want to provide education free to the kids in India. I was in Delhi, in Osmania University. They invited me like a few months back, and there was like, exactly, I think 219 million people in India is uneducated, if I'm not wrong exactly, because those many people are still uneducated in India. And this company Gurukul want to provide that service free to all those uneducated people. And we did invest. I mean, I got a 5% stake in that company. There is a travel company in Pakistan, it's similar to Expedia. We did invest 5% stake in that. So definitely, I mean, I'm open. I mean, if any, I mean, definitely, our community, I mean, is growing. They are very smart people. They have very good ideas, but all they need a little bit help. Sometimes they need money. Sometimes they just need guidance. So I'm open for both.
Thanks a lot, Parvez bhai, because definitely As you said, there might be a lot of budding entrepreneurs with great ideas, but they don't know how to take it to the next level. So, someone with your experience who built from small to a big company to the largest company in US, definitely your guidance, your mentorship, your ideas might really help some of them. So, what are your suggestions for anyone who is still in that 9 to 5, but they want to become an entrepreneur? So, what are your suggestions or tips for them? You already mentioned that identify what is your area where you have passion and try to see like if there is a gap in that industry. But can you add to that?
One thing is very important on, I mean, ideas, can idea, everybody has it, but some people maybe just because they have idea, they think they are not educated or they are not knowledgeable in that field, they give up. Don't give up that idea. That doesn't mean that that idea is bad or maybe you are not capable of doing it. I mean, I'm not a developer, but I'm able to develop the software which I was never able to develop. I mean, it's completely developed by our own team. So I mean, you can find a developer, you can find a good team, you can find an accounting guy, you can find a finance guy. You are not everybody is expert on everything. So you might have a good idea, but you might not be a developer, or maybe you might not need a developer. You might be a developer, but you might not be good in the sales. So I mean, the teamwork is very important, and it's not very hard to find a team. I mean, sometimes it's, I mean, you don't even need teams. You know, when I started CellPay, we started with $0. I mean, PayPal bankrupt us, you can say like that, and after that we started. So when I started 7 years back, I didn't have a penny on my account when I started a CellPay. So uh, you can go to Upwork, you can go to Fiverr, you can go to freelance, and you can get a lot of service. I mean, with the good experienced people, you know, that's how I found my developers. Right now, they're working for me 6 years. I mean, they're like family now. I mean, but when I found them on Upwork, I mean, all I found is their experience. I mean, the good thing on Upwork or freelancer, before you hire anybody, they will share their work with you, what they did in the past with another companies. You check their work, you make sure that everything is they're done is good and it is meeting your requirement. Then you have a Zoom call like this, and it's not very expensive to hire. I mean, people think it might need 100,000, 200,000. Your project might need only a couple of thousand or $5,000 to begin. This There's inflation, so a little bit pricing maybe higher. You know, even India, there is India is. Yesterday when I was in Chamber of Commerce in India yesterday, they said I think third fastest growing ecosystem is in India right now, the startups. So even in India, a lot of startups are starting. So even if the new developers and everything, they're finding a job in India too. So it's a little bit might be costly nowadays, but still, I mean, it's not going to cost you arm and leg to start up a company. I mean, a company can be startup idea you have, you can start your project. I mean, you are not going, don't look for, I mean, always dream for the sky, but don't dream that it will happen today or within a day or within a year. It's a journey. It is going to take, there'll be ups, there'll be down. So don't give up. 90% of the people fail before they become success. It's just they are very close. 10% people that become successful, they're very close to success, but they give up at the end. So don't give up. You know, keep pushing it. I mean, 9 to 5 job and then work 5 to 9 at home. Keep pushing. Start hiring people. I mean, it's very easy to hire online. Don't think that, I mean, they cannot do it. They can do the better job than hiring somebody sitting next to you, and that will be a lot more affordable.
Yeah, thanks, Parvez bhai, on the point that failures are part of the success. As you rightly said, 90% of them go to that 90% point and then they get frustrated that it is not moving as expected. They stop, but that 10% who maintains that consistency, persistence, they reach to their final goals. So that's a great point and great advice to every onboarding entrepreneurs and all the members. We have around a 21,000 plus community Parvez bhai in our channel, and definitely all these tips will be helpful to them. They will be able to, right, even if few members get motivated, few members can take your tips and suggestions and do something better, then this meeting will be definitely, right, might change few lives.
Definitely.
So, yeah, thanks again, Parvez bhai, for taking time on a weekend. I know, right, you give a lot of importance to family and you spend good time with family. But yeah, thanks for taking time on a weekend. I know you wanted it on a weekday, but yeah. So,
Yeah, yeah.
and wish you
Anytime,
wish you all the
anytime
best
you're
for it.
most welcome. Anytime any community member need any help, you have my number. You can share with them. All they need to mention that your name. That way, I know where they are coming from.
Right, right. Yeah. Sure, definitely, Parvez. Thanks a lot, and all the best for all the ventures, and also for CellPay, Gurukul, everything.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day.